Yeah, so welcome to the
All right.
BS podcast, guys. Good to have everybody on board again. Kyle, did you have a good week? It's your birthday today. Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you. It is my birthday. I had a pretty good week. I had a small get-together party last night with the people that are in my quarantine bubble.
Oh,
So like my brother,
so
a
you're
couple
hungover
close
this morning,
friends,
or
and not
no
really. I had
comment?
just like
Okay.
2 drinks because
Oh, okay.
yeah, sure.
2 drinks.
Happy
So
birthday, man.
they were like
Um,
64-ounce
thank
drinks.
you, thank you. Yeah, no, they were just so it was good to have an actual celebration instead of last year where when the quarantine first started and like I didn't do anything. So it's better than nothing, but I just hope that things are back to normal next year. But Jason, how was your week?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I did anything good. No, not really. It's a pretty boring week for me. I had more to tell, but
Yeah.
I'm super excited because on Twitter, somebody Max actually put a post like, who was the guy that inspired you to make videos? And he was nice enough to put me, which was really
Yeah.
speechless for me. And then at the same time, I was thinking, oh, well, who inspired me? And sure enough, it's the guy we have on this week, which is like amazing for
Mhm.
me. So I'm super excited for this episode. Can't wait to talk to him. Kyle, who is it?
Mhm.
Not that he needs an introduction, but
Have a wonderful the man who needs no introduction, if you're a fellow boomer like us, of course,
Yes.
is Dark Arm 3. He is maybe one of the first. I think you are like the first generation, very first RuneScape video maker. Some of his claims to fame are the Thong Song RuneScape music video,
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yes.
as well as the Mr. Roboto music video, which was a favorite of mine.
Hey, yeah.
And it's Hey Ya. Oh my God, how could I forget about the Hey Ya
That's
video,
I love
dude?
that video.
Holy
Classic.
shit.
That took so long.
I guarantee, and I wonder if it's still the case today, is if you look up RuneScape music video on YouTube, I think that Dark Arm 3's videos are going to be the first result.
They
I
still
remember
come
those
up as
videos
first.
having views in the millions back when getting a million views was like almost impossible to get. It was like
I don't know
very
how it happened.
early days of YouTube. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but like you fucking crushed it, dude. I was a huge fan. Jason was a huge fan. He was the guy that really set off the the domino effect of actually introducing a bunch of other current or former but then current video makers into RuneScape like Jason and myself. So thank you for being an inspiration to us all. It is an honor to be able to talk to you. Thank you so much for coming on the pod, and welcome, Kevin or Dark Arm 3.
Hey, no problem. But it's so weird hearing all of like you say all that kind of stuff because I don't see myself as that at all. Like there was a generation. There was like I guess a proto generation before me. I still remember the guy that inspired me to make RuneScape videos. I think he has like 135 subscribers.
Yeah, damn, dude. What? Wait, who was the guy that inspired you?
Yeah, exactly.
His name was Excl 2004. Super old school.
Like
But
RuneScape 1 video maker.
Yeah, RuneScape like -1, man. They were like the.
Was there even YouTube? Like you had to have created your YouTube account when the YouTube first came out. It seems like because you had.
Yeah, I think I made it back in 2006, 2007.
Yeah. Oh man. And so you went on YouTube like when it was
dude.
first created, saw a guy that made a RuneScape video and just started copying him, or
Well, I didn't copy anybody here.
or no? Yeah, yeah. Sorry. I mean, you just
Oh,
started
hold up
doing
now.
it.
Oh, hold up. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, he made he had the classic unregistered hypercam too in the top left
yeah,
corner.
of course. We all did. Yeah.
And it was the whole syncing up of the stuff. I'm like, that's pretty cool. But I think my first video was like recording some Falador. Is that the name of that city? Falador?
Yep.
Some Falador protest thingy. Remember when that guy I forgot he had like a bug and he killed a bunch of people?
Oh, the Juriel 666, yeah. The Falador massacre.
Yeah.
I think there was I was like filming
forget.
that and then I posted that.
News correspondent.
Yeah. Then I deleted that old video and then made that
Oh man, that'd be worth something now.
Live
coverage from the
Falador
you got
that's
yeah.
old, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's how it first got started. Then I saw I saw the guy. But let me see if I still have that footage.
Oh man. But how have you been? What have you been up to? You've been off the YouTube scene for what, 10 years now? 12 years? Feels like forever.
Oh man.
But what are you doing these days?
I am a high school English teacher in California.
All right, good for you. Good for you.
The funny thing is I made that one Minecraft video that had for some reason had more views than my RuneScape videos
Yeah,
combined.
Minecraft is huge. Yeah, I'll tell you all
I
about
had
that.
I made that whole like I'm coming back video, and then I made that Minecraft video, and then I disappeared off the face of the earth.
Sounds about right. Sounds like something I would
Years
probably have done.
later,
Yeah.
I told my first set of students I used to be a big time YouTube maker, and they're like, "No, you're not." And then I was like, "You'll never find me." I deleted all contact information. And then one day in my third year
Oh
of
no,
teaching,
here it is.
three of my students were like my favorite students. They're really good kids. They came in with a script and they started singing my Minecraft rap video.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah,
No
they,
way,
they
dude.
walked in. They walked in. They're like, "Remember this?" And I was like, "Oh,
Oh
no! How did you do it?"
Dude.
And the
How did
crazy
they
thing is,
find that?
they remembered it from watching it when they were a kid, and they're like,
Yeah.
your voice when you're teaching us was eerily familiar."
Holy fuck, dude!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they looked it up. I was like, all right, boys, sit down. You are not to share this with anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is between us and that's it.
Oh no!
Oh, Kyle, have you ever had that problem where like somebody recognized your voice from like online, like in real life?
Yeah, there was a similar like it wasn't like directly from me, but like you know Casey Ray,
Yeah,
right?
right. Mhm.
She's also a high school teacher, and apparently, you know, back when like we were in the Minecraft heyday, a bunch of her students actually like watched like mine and like Ross's and like Adam's videos, and like they straight up like knew who we were, which was like crazy. But like that was probably the craziest thing that's happened, where I'm like, oh wow, that's super bizarre. Like students that you teach, nobody's actually recognized my voice though. So
Oh, well,
Man,
it
that's
sounds a little
weird.
different now, but
well, Jason, you have a story about that actually too.
yeah, I can't remember if I shared this one before or not, but yeah, I was at work and I think I was logged into my YouTube account checking something. I tried to join a meeting with that name and like, oh, wrong name. And I jumped back out. And next thing I know, I got like some guy like, were you Excel videos? I used to watch you as a kid. I was like, oh no.
Oh man.
John, he's
Oh,
like,
no.
oh, it's a big fan back in the day. You were great. I'm like, okay, good. Don't share this with anybody.
Oh yeah, that's immediately what follows after.
Yeah.
Do not tell anyone.
Yeah. Then I swear, there's like a woman in the office that also is from England, and she kind of smirks at me like she knows who I am. So I'm a little concerned about her too. I've never straight up asked me like, "Do you know who I am by chance?" But yeah, the things you have to worry about. I've always tried to hide my face before because my wife was super paranoid about like someone recognizing me and getting a stalker or something like that. But I'm not so worried about it now because like I think the 4 people in my chat are pretty cool. I don't have to worry about them too much. But
Yeah, I didn't want to put my face on the internet back then with RuneScape. Just I felt like the internet was a scarier place back then. Or maybe I was just a teenager. I can't tell.
yeah, now everybody's on the internet. It's totally fine. You basically work from the internet now, so it's no big deal.
But yeah, I've been teaching for this is my 5th year of teaching. It's been a weird year with the distance learning,
Yeah.
coronavirus, quarantine, all that kind of stuff. But that's what I've been doing. I quit because I wanted to take college a little more seriously. I was not doing too great, and once I quit that, I was able to take like 5 classes at a time. Fast forward, get my credential, and start teaching.
Instead of 2 at a time. You're on course for like a
Oh
10-year
man,
10-year degree.
I was taking like 1 class at a time, and I was
gosh.
failing a bunch.
Oh,
I had
no.
one class, one year I had one single class, and I didn't even go to it sometimes. I would drive to the parking lot and like eat chips in the parking lot and then go home
Oh man.
to pretend I
Hell
was
yeah,
going to school.
Oh no.
And I was like,
Oh my
what am I doing with myself? I used to be a RuneScape video maker. I was a big deal. Now I'm eating Doritos in a car at my community college. Man, I got it.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, something's gotta change.
Man, yeah. Oh man. So going back to your video making days, what do you remember?
I don't know if this is similar for you guys. My memory is not too clear about back then.
How old were you when you like started doing that stuff? I have trouble remembering a lot of stuff too because it was like 12 years ago. But
I was 16. I'm 30
Oh,
years
okay.
old now.
Okay. Yeah.
But your question was, what do I remember from back then?
Yeah. Like how was making videos back in the unregistered hypercam days? You have to explain this to the kids. They're too spoiled now. They don't understand the pain that we had to go through.
It was bad, man. It was it took a long time. I don't even know what program I used to. I think I used Windows Movie Maker
Oh
at
my
first,
gosh! Wow,
or
that is
Sony.
that's hardcore.
Then I had the big upgrade to Sony Vegas. That was hot for a minute.
Yep, that sounds like me.
But back then it was tough. So like I didn't even use Vent, or I don't think Discord was around back then, was it?
No,
I don't know
definitely not,
how
no.
people used to voice
We
chat.
used to do what was it? Microsoft Messenger at one point, and then Skype. I think it was MS Messenger back in the day. If that, if you were like spoiled, you would use that. But most people, I think, would just talk in chat, like, okay, we're gonna do a dance
Yeah.
emote. So as soon as I like nod my head, or like after I come back up, then go ahead and do your emote and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. So that's how I used to do it. Like I had two friends, CD and Dark Horse 47. Those
Arzon?
names are
Oh, fuck,
yeah,
I
Arzon.
remember those
Yeah.
guys, dude.
Yeah.
Arzon and Dark Horse, dude. I was buddies with those guys. Holy fuck.
I'm friends with them on Facebook, man.
All
I
right.
talk to CD every now and then, and Dark Horse. But yeah, they were my friends, and I would count down like 1, 2, or 3, 2, 1, and then you would wait like 20 times for the emotes to sync up. They're doing good though. Dark Horse is I think he's done with college and he has a job. He's like a swimmer and he's like super buff.
Damn, dude. Holy shit.
And I don't know what's going on with CD too much. I think he might be an artist of some type because he was always drawing back then. He posts a bunch of stuff on Facebook nowadays.
Yeah,
Facebook for younger people. That's what old people use now, I guess. My students tell me
Facebook. Yeah. Yep. That's old
boomer
person.
shit.
I was able to get a hold of you as Facebook.
I'll tell my students like, yeah, on Facebook.
That's how you know that we're all boomers here. Is we're reaching out on Facebook.
Man, it feels like it.
Gotta get an Instagram or something like that. Keep up with the kids. Although that's probably like old now too.
TikTok, that's the thing, man. TikTok.
Okay, yeah, I gotta get on that.
There you go, TikTok.
I do have a class Instagram where I post like student work and funny stuff for my kids. It's fun.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
The old school video making was painful, and it took a long time. But I eventually stopped playing RuneScape itself and just did video making because the game was no longer fun to me. It was like the video making, the creativity. That's what was fun.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of RuneScape video makers kind of hit that wall where you're just making it for the videos and you don't really like the game anymore. But, sometimes you come back and you enjoy it too. And it's good to talk to everybody for the days. That's why we do this. It's great to have everybody in. But so I got to tell my story about how I met Dark Arm. So like I said, you're my inspiration for making videos. You were the first. Well, I take it back. I watched Skychi first, and then as soon as I saw Skychi's videos, I looked around and found yours. I was like, oh, this is good stuff. You would do the what's that cut? The jump cut stuff that nobody was doing. Everyone would usually just sit there and like or stop frame animation. That's what I mean. Most people would just sit there and film themselves talking, and that was about it. Maybe throw in a couple of video effects to boot, but so I love the fact that you do stop motion. You really like brought the whole camera like cinematography aspect to things to make like really good videos. So I was like, okay, I could do this kind of stuff. I've done this before for videos, but let me message him and see if he'd do like a not a music video, but like a karaoke, or not a karaoke, what's it called? A parody. If you do a parody video with him. So I messaged you and I messaged a couple other people because I was trying to get going. And of course I'm sure you were like super swamped. You probably got like all kinds of messages every day and heard nothing back. So I was like, all right, I'm going to just go ahead and do this and start.
Man, I'm sorry about that.
No, I totally get it because when I started getting popular, it was just like, I would get so many messages day after day that were
an endless swarm, man.
Yeah,
it's like an endless swarm back then.
And like 95% of them were like, I've got an idea for a video. Monkeys bowling. You write the script and do the rest. Be sure to give me credit. And that was like 95% of the messages I would get.
That's a pretty good idea too.
Yeah, exactly. But it was like, okay, I can understand why somebody that's like got a big following would probably just ignore messages at some point. Cause like most of them are just like, all right, why would I ever do this? This doesn't make any sense. So I totally get it. I'm not bitter or anything at all about that. I totally get that. So I started making more videos. I was getting popular. And I think at one point, I think Cam and those guys were coming up with I forgot, it was like Ubnub or something like that. It was like going to be like a video community
Oh,
where
I remember that.
and they wanted to get me involved in that. And I was like, sure, this is great. I was like really excited about that. And then we were doing a Christmas video. I think it was actually for Cam's channel. I think it's still up there. Like if you go to the Noob Show, like look for Excl Noob Show Christmas or something like that, you'll find a video. And originally it was going to be Max, Cam, and then I forgot. I can't even remember who the third person was, but it was somebody else that was a part of that. And I couldn't, and we couldn't get a hold of the other guy, and we were trying to get this video done. And there you are. And I was like, was there somebody else that you can get? And Cam was like, let me look. Oh, I can get Arm3. I was like, yes, please. So like, this is such an upgrade for me. Yes. Well, let me just get him in. So they brought you in and you're like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, I'm like trying not to fanboy too, because like I did watch your videos like all the time. I was like super excited. So like I was more excited to have you in the video than the Noob Show. That's how excited I was.
Oh man.
But
the Noob Show is like a legend, man.
Yeah, exactly. But I had grown up on you first, and the Noob Show I had saw in his videos, and I liked him. I mean, his stuff was good, but he wasn't the guy that like got me going. So I was like super excited to have you in that video. And then we were kind of chatting and doing stuff ever since. But I think you were even in my like I passed you at some point and made a video about it. Like, hey, I passed Arm. But
I think I made a video called
I
Grab
remember
Excl.
that, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
You guys had that rivalry. I do remember that.
Yeah, it was like a totally friendly rivalry too. But hopefully people realize that. But yeah.
What, you mean it was fake?
Yeah, no, we really hated each other.
The drama was real. Yeah, just
what the fuck? First Santa Claus and now the fake beef between Jason and
well, we haven't talked to each other in 12 years and we've secretly hated each other. We finally buried the hatchet and got him on the show to straighten things out.
Just wait. You should have listened to the conversation 30 minutes ago.
But Kyle, you said you had met Arm 2 in person and you had some sort of story around that, or did you not want to share that one?
Wait, when you said that, I thought you were talking about a different Arm. You said Arm 2. Yeah,
I ran into
his brother Arm 2. No, Arm 3. I went back in the day when I was starting out my RuneScape video making. I was a huge fan of like you, Jason, and Arm3 and the Noob Show. Those were like the holy, well, that and Skychi too. Those were the holy like the quad kings of my RuneScape idols.
RuneScape Mount
and
Rushmore.
I remember one time, yeah, exactly. I saw a guy in the fucking rogue outfit and the gnome goggles running through Varrock Square one time. This is like I was like 10 years old. I remember I was on my old MacBook. I was about to make a video myself, and I had my screen recorder open. I'm like, that guy looks like Arm3. I hover over his name, and sure enough, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I approach him? Do I say something? Do I record him? And like you're just sitting there, you're just standing there, and then suddenly a few more people join in, and like they come, and they're like, and you say something like, okay, ready, and then you go south, through Varrock, and I'm like, holy shit, he's making a video.
Oh man,
no way! And I'm like, I have to be in it. I'm like, this is rare. So like, I'm about to use my screen recorder to like record a video that I was gonna make, and I'm like, all right, this is now a recording behind the scenes video of Arm3. So I'm like, I'm trying to like stealthily follow you around Varrock, and I have my recorder open. I'm like, holy shit, does he see me? Does he see me? I'm like trying to like be at the edge of the screen so you don't see me like recording you making this video. And then like I get close enough to where I can see the text that you're saying, and he's like, okay, this guy's following us around. Let's world hop. I'm like, no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Ghosted.
And honestly, and I think if I go back into my old video archive, my old laptop, there is a segment of this video series that I did called the WTF Show, which was something I made when I was like 10 years old, and I thought it was the funniest shit. I made like 6 episodes of it, and there's one episode that's literally just me following you around. Like that's
really
the whole yes, and I have to find it because now I'm like determined, because now that I'm talking to you, I'm like, how much was I stalking Dark Arm 3 in this game before he just gave up and was like, all right, we gotta lose this guy.
Yeah, he's the other reason why he quit. We haven't talked to anybody. Hasn't talked to anybody in 12 years.
Just that guy following me, man.
Yeah.
You know, the crazy thing is,
It's weird.
I think I remember that. Do you know what video I was making? I was in Varrock, so that might be Smooth Criminal or something like that.
Maybe. You had a couple friends. You just were going through Varrock, and all I remember is like I was just following you around wherever you were going, and then you ended up world hopping.
Oh man,
I got disconnected. Yeah, no, I'll just see if I can dig up the old video, because I will definitely send it to you if I can get on
so funny.
I would love to see that.
Maybe we'll find out what video it was.
I have zero footage from back then. I made it on like an old computer that is now probably in the garbage somewhere.
You didn't save all your.
Shit,
I always
really?
copy my hard drive over to try and keep some of the stuff, but I've lost most of my stuff too.
Every time after I made a video, I would delete all the extra stuff.
Yeah, you were probably on like a 100 gigabyte, or I'm sorry, 100 megabyte computer or something like that. I couldn't.
My first videos were made on a compact laptop that my mom got me.
No way, dude.
Compact with a Q, remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
I had one of those.
Yep, I got bought by HP.
Well, I apologize. I apologize, Kyle, for world hopping. I didn't know.
Well, no, it's okay. I have to apologize for stalking you. Like, I probably shouldn't have done that. I think I made your video that much harder to produce.
I mean, looking back, there's people in RuneScape. It's an MMO. Like, I don't know why I would want a world hop. It's like there's people. It makes it look more real. Like, you know.
Right, exactly.
As long as they aren't talking over you and like doing a dance emote in front of you.
Yeah. Hey, that weird stalker guy, we should have him in a video, actually. You should be my friend.
The moment I get a time travel machine, I'm gonna go back. When I see you talking, I'm like, hey, join the video. And then we'll talk about it on the podcast.
There you go.
Let's just say COVID wouldn't be a thing, but
if you were in the video.
Oh man, but yeah, no, that was the extent of my my RuneScape video making career when I was 10 years old. It was really just following people around and trying to make my way into
stalker
videos. Professional stuff. Hey, you weasel your way into shit. It hasn't changed. You know, that's just how you get into things these days,
yep.
right?
Yep.
I just imagine you like that David Attenborough guy just filming wildlife.
Here's a wild dog on 3.
As you can see, he avoids the camera. Oh, he's on to us.
Oh, it appears he's noticed us. Yeah. Oh, fuck, dude.
So we've had other people on that have done videos, and a lot of them are actually doing like camera type stuff, like with their current jobs. I know you said you're teaching now, but are you looking to do any sort of video type development going forward, or are you pretty much done with that stuff at this point?
Oh, I always tell myself and my girlfriend that I've never officially quit video making. I'll make a comeback one day.
One day. You don't know what it's going to be about, or?
I have some ideas that have been floating around. I'll probably never come back to RuneScape or Minecraft. But I still love video making. I still I leveraged a bunch of my video making abilities for the distance learning for my students. For the first section of distance learning, I released YouTube videos on my teacher channel for my students, and I used my editing and all. It reminded me of the grind of making videos on YouTube for
definitely. The bad memories associated with that.
It's like good and bad, because there's kind of a zen when it comes to editing videos. You know, when you got you're clipping them, you're cutting them, you're merging them, and you're trying to make it look right and trying to get the perfect cut.
Yeah.
It's like a flow, and I miss that flow. And I got some ideas of what I'd like to do if I ever come back.
What are those ideas? What do you got?
Well, that Minecraft video I made, that rap battle thing that blew up.
Yeah.
It was like Enderman versus someone or other.
Creeper versus Enderman, yeah. That was a fun
one.
Yeah,
I actually have the audio recorded for the sequel of that video in my Google Drive for the past 8 years. I have the completed audio. It was going to be Wither versus Ender Dragon.
I thought you made that one. Oh no, I'm sorry. The Ender Dragon was you had Enderman versus somebody.
Yeah, Enderman versus Creeper was that one video.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
And I still have the audio for that the sequel. Like I recorded it, I edited it, I made all the music and everything. I just never made the video.
Hmm.
So I think one day I'll release that. But then in terms of like what I'd like to do is if I ever came back as a regular video maker, I kind of like the stuff that you know what Nerd Writer 1 dude, he like comments on stuff.
Nerd Rider 1.
Not familiar.
Yeah.
Him
Yeah.
or like video essay style stuff.
Yeah.
Like talking about
Mm.
certain topics in gaming or whatever, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, a lot of people do stuff like that.
Oh, okay. I know this guy. Yeah. I know this guy.
Yeah, he releases a video where he talks about or Ravik. He's a big guy, I think.
Oh, I watch him. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of stuff I'd like to get into if I ever came back.
Yeah, that's more of the things
Yeah.
that are selling, I guess, for lack of a better word. But that seems like
Oh,
what,
I mean,
what it's going towards.
it's good content too,
Yeah.
though. It's funny that you say that. I had the exact same thought because I had stepped away from the video making scene for a while, and I was like, I really like these like video essays because it feels like there's a lot of like production and thought and like there's a lot of value that you're getting like from watching it instead of just turning on like a brainless like let's play video or something. Like that'd be a really
Yeah.
cool thing to get into, but just the sheer amount of effort that goes into it is just like what turned me off of it. I was like, I don't have time to do this
Oh,
on
yeah.
top of a full-time job.
They do so much editing in those videos where you have to like get graphics in and sample footage of whatever you're talking about. But I like that.
Yeah,
It just maybe it speaks to the teacher in me because it's like it's educational in a way, and I don't know, thought
right.
provoking maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. What actually got you into teaching? Was it just like is it just something you kind of stumbled upon? Is it something you've always wanted to do?
I've always wanted to be a teacher, man. Ever since I was 5 years old and had my first teacher, I was like,
Dude.
I don't know what the hell that is, but I want to be a teacher. Like, I want to do that. I want to do that. And like I made friends with all my teachers growing up in college. I would
Mhm.
my professors, and it's just something I thought was always such a cool job and like a meaningful thing. And I've always wanted to do something meaningful with my life, and I've never had as much of like a fulfilling feeling than teaching my students. Like I love those kids. I love those kids to death. They're great kids.
That's awesome. What you said
Yeah,
you're a high
that's
school teacher?
Yes, I'm high school, 9th and 10th grade. I teach English. I taught drama for 1 year, so that was fun.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
It's like video making.
how was that? Yeah.
It was good. I was going to do like a video making unit, and then COVID hit. So then the
Oh.
rest of the spring semester was just
Oh,
online,
shit.
and we couldn't do it. I was like talking about, we have laptops in the school. Could we just use Windows Movie Maker? I used to make videos. I wasn't going to show my principal my videos, but I was like, trust me, I know how to make videos. Don't look up this guy.
Don't ask why. I just do.
Trust me on this. Trust me on. I'll teach the kids. But then I didn't get a chance.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
they
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh, I was gonna ask, did they ask you, or is it anywhere present in your resume that like you were like I feel like you could put that on a resume where you're like, yeah, I had a YouTube channel with like this many subscribers, and like that was something I did for a while. Like, did they ever ask you about that, like when you were getting hired as like or being brought on as a teacher?
No, the most extent I had on my resume was just like I can edit videos and stuff like that, and I know how to
Right.
film. I know how to film and edit videos and do audio and that kind of stuff. Just because as a teacher, that you never know what they want you to do. If they wanted to have like someone in charge of the daily news with that star students, they want someone who knows what they're doing. So
Right. That makes sense.
So you touched on this a second ago, but what would you say you hate most, and what do you like most about making videos?
So I think what I like, I like 90% of it. I feel like I made really close connections with the people I'd make videos with. I'm sure you guys can relate because it takes so long, and you gotta dance, you gotta do this. I love the creative aspect of writing out the script before, like just going about my life and thinking about the video, like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then that's gonna happen. Like that kind of stuff was really fun and exciting for me as a teenager. And I mean, I still think about it nowadays. Like, I want to make a video, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Yeah.
I know.
And I think what I disliked the most was just negative comments on YouTube. You know, I think that's
Yeah.
just, you could get 1,000 positive comments. You're great. It's amazing. You get one is like, you're not as good as you used to be, and then that one cuts
Yeah,
deep.
one cut. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Especially one like
yeah.
that.
Especially that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, oh, what happened to the old dark? I'm like, oh, what do you mean? What should I do?
You used to be funny, man. What happened? Stuff
Oh
like
my,
that. Oh
I'm
yeah.
getting black and white flashbacks right now. You just saying that.
Yeah,
You're
that's
getting flashbacks.
yeah, I had the same flashbacks. Those were cut so deep. Like when people would say like that, or like I'm unsubscribing because this isn't as funny as it used to be. It's like, oh man, just go. Just don't tell me about it.
When I released that
Right.
Minecraft video, I had a bunch of people saying, "Oh, I'm unsubscribing. You're doing Minecraft now."
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. I think Jason, you and I have both gotten our fair share of those comments.
Yeah. Kyle took off on Minecraft though, so I'm sure his positive comments probably outweighed his 100,000 more subscribers because of it. Probably helped ease the pain a little bit, but
I mean, that's the thing. I think about that a lot, and I think the only reason why my mom took off to say was just because I was hanging out with like the right people at the time. It's like the people that were doing really well. And you know, if you're in their videos and you're making videos too, it's like naturally the rising tide is going to raise all ships. But like to respond to your negative comment thing is just like that's feel that. I think every other video maker is going to feel that exact thing because like when you're making videos, you're making yourself vulnerable to like your creative side, and like you're putting something out there that you put thought and effort into. Part of yourself that you're sharing with people. When people give you a comment like that, it stings more than anything because like you've made yourself that vulnerable. And then people are like, yeah, fuck you. Like they have the nerve, the audacity.
You pour like
100
hours. You pour 100 hours into this video, and then one guy is just like, "This isn't even funny." I'm like, "Oh, I guess you're right.
Exactly.
I guess I'll ignore the 2,000 comments." That's the thing. Like I would do that, but looking back now, it's like it's one or two comments. The majority of the people enjoyed the content. I shouldn't have let it get to me that much back then.
Right. But it still stings. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
On a more positive note, though, what would you say would be the best comment you've ever had, if you can even remember?
I think like when I think of best comments, I think of people like reaching out to me nowadays.
Oh,
like they like I'll
like me and Kyle fanboying about how you were our inspiration. And
yeah.
I mean, like I have people reach out to me randomly on Reddit, and they'll
really?
especially like, "Are you Dark Arm3?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, what's up?" And they're like, "Oh, you are a big part of my childhood, and I grew up watching your videos." And I think I had one person say like I had a horrible home life, but I looked forward to your videos every time. And I'm like, "Oh man, really? Like you're gonna make me cry with that kind of thing." I was a teenager making videos on the internet because I thought it was fun. I didn't think I was doing anything big or meaningful. And when I hear you guys talk about like, "Oh, you're one of the OGs and you did this and you're an inspiration," I'm like, man, I had no idea what I was doing back then. I was just trying to make some videos that were fun and trying to live up to the expectations that were expected of me back then.
Yeah. So I'm being asked the same question in chat. They want to know what my favorite comment was. So when I had quit, like the first time I like really quit, or I stopped making videos for like maybe 5 years, I kind of opened up my inbox for comments so people could email me any comments they had. And if you want an emotional episode, have me read those comments of the nice things people were saying, because I get kind of choked up just even reading them. It's just the nice stuff that people were saying. But one guy said, like, "You were my Mr. Rogers." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." I was like, wow. Because I was a Mr. Rogers fan. Not showing my age a little bit, but just the fact that somebody like likened me to him was just like, oh my gosh, that's just it's me hard. But yeah, but I agree with what you're saying too, where like the people saying like you're the inspiration. Like I'm same as you. I don't believe it. I was like, what are you talking about? I just made videos. It was fun. Like I'd mentioned before too, you're kind of like the if you want to like the family heredity or the family tree of branching off, like you're like the root of that tree, and then there's like me on top of that, and then there's like all these guys that went to Minecraft and made like literally you're probably responsible for like tens of millions of subscribers on on YouTube, of people that branched off from watching your videos, getting inspired, making their own videos.
right. Yeah.
and building up
Crazy.
on
Yeah.
that.
I never
So
thought about that.
it's yeah, because
It,
I watch it. I feel like kind of a proud papa seeing guys like Kyle and like all these guys that went to Minecraft and other people that spawned off of them make videos and they're getting subs in the millions. It's just great to see. I'm like super happy, and it's like even if it's a little tiny part, it's nice to know that we kind of played a part of that. So you
I
can,
never even thought
and
about
it's
that,
it's
man. That's crazy. That's
yeah,
amazing. That's
yeah.
amazing.
It's like equally fitting that like you're a teacher, because in some regard it feels like you're like a teacher to like a lot of these people that have watched your content like early on in the day, and like they've kind of gone off and grown up and become their own person, and but like they had that influence of like having seen your stuff, which is incredible. Because like I feel like a lot of people and a lot of the friends that I had when I was doing Minecraft videos, they all started in the same place. They all started with RuneScape video making. They all started by getting the same sources of inspiration, which is like you and like Jason. And it's absolutely crazy to me to like think of like a world where we didn't have those influences. Like, would like video making even be a thing? Would these people even have like, would they have discovered their passion of like video making or
right?
editing? Like,
Yeah.
how different would the world be,
Would YouTube
had
even be
things
a
been a little bit
multi-billion-dollar
different? So
corporation now if it wasn't for people making RuneScape videos?
Yeah,
RuneScape
I
music
think
so that's
videos
actually
right.
nonstop all the
RuneScape
time.
videos
And
are
Google,
the
yeah,
backbone of
Google owes
YouTube.
you some
They
money.
were. They were. Machinima
You
wouldn't
remember
have
back
been
in
a
the day?
company if it
Exactly.
wasn't for RuneScape music video
Yeah,
makers coming out with their stuff
it-
back in 2006 and people sitting down and watching it.
exactly.
So
I remember how exciting it felt back then, like
yeah.
with at the forefront of it all, and I didn't even think about it at the forefront. I thought it was just like, "Hey, cool, we're making videos. Hey, that guy's fun. Vincenzo, he's
Yeah.
cool. Let's make videos too." And
Oh, Vincenzo!
Vincenzo,
Holy
yeah.
fuck! I forgot about that guy.
Yeah.
I tried to reach out to him Excel, but he hasn't responded. I think I went on Skype. I was like, "Hey, V1, what's up?"
Crickets.
Unread.
I don't think I've opened up Skype in like 6 years either, so he's probably the same case. That's funny. Thanks for
My
reaching out from.
God.
I knew that was a long shot, but that would have been kind of cool to get another one of those old school, old guard video makers in.
I kind of walked away from it all after
Yeah.
I quit, and it's weird to come back and like talking about all this old stuff again because I kind of feel like I just disappeared.
Yeah,
And
you did.
to know that I had an impact like that when I was just off trying to complete college courses and not eat Doritos in the parking lot is crazy.
It's the funny thing when you're a video maker. It's like you're, regardless of how you feel about your content, it kind of, the content takes on a life of its own, and it really shapes like people's experiences. And like when you get those comments that are like these really positive things, like, oh my God, like, you were like a Mr. Rogers to me, like Jason, you were saying, it's like you never would have imagined that, but like that's
Yeah.
the experience that these people had with the things that you're putting out there. And it's always, that's always something that's crazy for me to wrap my mind around. It's just how it takes on a life of its own. It's like whenever you release something out into the wild, it's like you're sending the kid off to college, and it's like, what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
I remember early on when I got those comments before I was a teacher, I didn't know how to react. I would just be like, "Thanks, thanks for watching."
Right.
Then when I
Mhm.
became a teacher, I feel like I carry this with me now. My students need me to be somebody for them, if that makes sense. Even if
Mhm.
like they might think, like I'm strong, and I'm funny, and I'm consistent, and I have to be that for them because they need it.
Right.
And I feel like
Right.
nowadays when people reach out to me and say, "You're an inspiration for the videos," like, that's what they need me to be. So I try to live up to
Right.
whatever they think I was back then, and I feel like that I don't know, that's just something on my mind when I think about that. I wanna make sure that when people reach out to me in that capacity, they see me as that. I was like, "Well, I gotta make sure that I am that to them, to
Yeah.
not crush the reality for them that I was just a teenager making videos and not knowing what I was doing. Like, you think I'm a legend?
Yeah.
I'll be that for you in this moment, man."
Well, they say never meet
Right.
your legends because you'll be
Exactly.
disappointed. And if you're aiming to be like not disappointing to them, that's a good goal to aspire to.
I have this image, here it is. And if it makes them happy, even though I've never seen myself as like a OG or a legend or inspiration, like, man, I was 16 making videos.
Right.
So
Right.
what's stopping you now? What would you say your biggest challenge is to making videos? Why, like, if you could make videos today, what would be holding you back?
Just time. Being a teacher is a really, time intensive thing,
Oh
like,
yeah.
teaching is one of those jobs where you're expected to do a lot outside of your paid hours. Like, yeah, I start at 8 o'clock and school ends at 3:17, but I got a lesson plan. I got to reach out to parents. I got to, like create assignments and grade a bunch of the essays since I teach English.
Mhm.
So I've avoided even thinking about making videos for the first few years. But now that I'm in my 5th year, I've got a routine down.
Got
I
the
got all
lessons
my lessons
plans all
graded.
written out now.
Yeah, I just tweak the lessons
Yeah.
every year. So I'm freeing up more and more time every year to do something, and I am missing a creative capacity in my life, and I think video making will fill that.
I'll
Like
be good.
I'll come back eventually. I
All
will
right.
come back.
So you heard it here
There
first.
you go.
Dark Arm3 coming out again, exclusive.
Yeah.
So say I could guarantee you like 1 million subs, to do whatever you want. What kind of content would you make?
So I do like the video essay thing.
Mhm.
But I also really enjoyed making skits back in the day,
Mhm.
Like
and
just
that
comedy
kind of stuff.
skits or
Comedy skits, anything really, just with a script, because that was I found that to be really fulfilling as well.
would you do that like real life type stuff, or would you use a game or something like Machinima like you did before?
That's a hard call, because the thing with choosing a game is that, like, does it have the tools necessary?
Right.
Is it a popular game? But there's a lot of easier aspects to making a game.
Like you don't have
I
to
don't
show your
know.
face. You don't have to act very well.
That's true. That's true. I don't know, man. That's a hard question to answer. I'd probably lean towards doing in person, like real life stuff,
Mhm.
just because there's a lot more possibilities
Yeah, it's great.
instead of being tight, like limited to what the game can offer.
Mhm.
But at the same time, like, I don't know, like Minecraft is still a huge thing, because like I was listening to your Airs Rain podcast, and you could create stuff, right? You can
Yeah.
create the set. In real life, how am I going to get a Star Wars set? I don't know how I'm gonna do that.
Exactly.
The rights
Make
to
a
that,
model.
yeah.
Yeah. There's rights. There's copyright involved.
Yeah.
I gotta
You
go
have
to
to deal with
gotta
that.
go to Home Depot. I gotta get some plaster. On Minecraft, I'm
Right.
like, get that white cube and just do that.
Boom, done.
There you go. Yeah. I said something earlier about that like unlocked a memory that was deep into my subconscious about people on Reddit reaching out to you. And I actually think I ran into you on Reddit too.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, it was on the Guild Wars 2 subreddit. Did you
I did
play
I
that
did
game?
I played Guild Wars too, yeah. I've been playing a lot of games.
Holy shit.
Oh, what have you
Hell
been
yeah,
playing?
dude.
That's
Wait,
one of the
what
things
else
we
yeah,
asked.
what have you
Yeah.
been playing?
Oh, I am still very much a big time gamer.
All right.
So in terms of MMOs, right now I play WoW, like mythic rating and that kind of stuff. Like, I'm super, super into WoW.
Oh, no wonder you have no time to make
Mhm.
videos.
No, I don't. Yeah. Gotta get like 10 dungeons in a week. I raid 2 nights a week.
Yeah, the raids will
Damn,
that wipes out your
man.
whole Thursday night is gone.
I shared with them my RuneScape and my Minecraft video of my guild, and then now I have a tag on Discord like rap battle video master. I'm like, why?
Oh, that's fucking great,
And they're
dude.
sharing my videos with everybody. Like, what? Why don't you make videos and sponsor our guild? I'm like, I don't know what. But yeah, I play
Sponsor our guild. Oh, fuck, that's funny.
WoW. I play I played Cyberpunk. I played that Valheim game. I'm still
Oh,
a
how is that?
gaming.
How is
It's
Valheim?
very good. It's very, very good. Honestly, it reminds me of RuneScape. Have you played it, Kyle? Valheim?
Really? No, we actually Jason and I have been trying to play Valheim for like the past 2 weeks. And we're like, oh, we'll stream it in this coming Wednesday, and like we never do. We haven't even gotten it yet. But it looks fun. It's good though.
It's what I imagine RuneScape would be if it was like, like a game that is not you click to move and all that kind of stuff. Like,
Really
you
interesting.
can make a house, you can cut down trees. It has a similar graphics. It's a really good game.
Yeah, we keep
Mhm.
trying to.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, but Kyle and I keep talking about how we want to play that, and this is hard to get time for us because same thing. We got like real life stuff going on, and it's hard. But man, maybe we should bring you into a game. You can show us what to do, and you can babysit us while we run around like chickens with our heads cut off and try to figure out
I'm
how to
no
play
expert,
that.
but I'd be down. Well, I mostly play WoW, but so I usually try to have like a game like RuneScape that fills that void
The
of hey, I
void,
can
yeah.
do something on it without thinking too much. That's WoW for me, just like the all the time game. Cyberpunk right now is my single player narrative game I'm trying to get through,
Yeah.
and Valheim is like that building type game that I always try to have these games where like, oh, I feel like playing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like nothing has really scratched that same itch that RuneScape did. I feel like I've just been scratching different itches with games, and like when I do have the time to play something lately, I've just been playing. I don't know if you played any of the Dark Souls games, but I've
Oh, I
been
love
fucking
Dark
hooked on
Souls.
it, dude.
Yeah.
So good. I finally beat the third one, and it took me so long because I'm just bad. But it's
You can't get past those
fun, but
skeletons at the
That's it.
beginning.
That's a great
Yeah.
series. I love that game.
it's yeah, they're fucking good. So I'm glad that you're still like keeping active and like still staying fresh with games and stuff. Because like I feel like I fell off of like gaming for a while, and like it's only been like since quarantine started that I was like,
Yeah.
oh, what I've been missing out on so much like cool shit like in the gaming world that I totally have not gotten around to.
There's so much cool stuff out there. I think I have like 1,000 or 2,000 games on Steam. Like I've been a very active
Oh my
gamer.
goodness,
Yeah,
1,000! Wow.
same dude. I haven't touched half of them.
Yeah. I
You
was
just
gonna
buy
say
them and let it sit.
it's mostly because like there's to be a Steam sale. It's like
Yeah.
this game is now
Mhm.
$5. I'm like, well, I'm losing money not buying that. Who buy that?
Right, exactly.
Don't even look
it'll
at the
go on
title of the
sale.
game or whatever it is. Just buy it. It's $5. Doesn't matter.
It'll go
Yeah.
on sale for like $2 like 3 years later. I'm like, I need that game, and I'll click on it. You got this game. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
Oh shit.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
dude,
a
exactly.
bunch of games I have but I don't play.
Oh man.
Mhm.
So is gaming just pretty
Yep,
much your
that's
hobby, or you do anything else outside of work and video games?
I play D&D. Like I'm a huge nerd, man.
Oh, nice. I've
Like I DM.
never actually played D&D. I've played WoW, which is kind of D&D, but
it's fun, dude.
yeah, I've never
Oh,
actually tried
D&D
it.
is great. I have a weekly game with my coworkers. I'm the DM. Kyle, do you play
Oh,
D&D?
nice. Yeah. I used to play with some buddies of mine, and like we just had a wacky ass campaign where like I was a DM. I let them do anything, and like we had like a talking can of beans or something like that. It was fucking ridiculous.
Do I eat the beans?
But
I don't know.
sorry, go
Roll
ahead.
for it.
Yeah,
Yep.
do not eat him. Yeah.
I roll an intimidation check on the beans.
You can't intimidate the beans. I'm sorry.
The beans are too strong. Sorry.
But no. So you get to play with like your other teachers and stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah. They just found out I was a nerd. I'm like, I'm a nerd. You're a nerd. What do you do that's nerd? They're like D&D. I'm like, can I do that kind of nerd stuff? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. No, it's fun, Jason. We should
Yeah.
you should seriously
I would add that to the list of things
consider
we
it.
need to
Or
do,
like
like Valheim, D&D.
yeah.
You're adding
Well,
to the list daily.
we've been wanting to get. I don't know if you've been playing Among Us, but we've been trying to get a bunch of the video makers that we get on the podcast to do like a big Among Us game or something, just because it's like the game that like is the easiest in terms of accessibility and like everybody has it. So if you ever want to play with like some other like old school RuneScape video makers, you should totally join us.
I totally cannot commit, but I love the idea. Like I would be maybe down.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I really love D&D. I'd be down to DM like a one shot or something like that if you guys could get a group together.
Ooh. How long does that usually take? Like 4 hours, or it's like
Depends.
a long time?
A one shot like you could do like 3 or 4 hours. You could do like multiple small sessions. And right now, since we're on quarantine, I do it all on Roll20, which is like a digital tabletop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about that. Not that I can actually commit to it either. I'm actually so happy that we were able to get on you, because between my time and college time and your time, it's like I was hoping we could find
I'm
2
amazed
hours
that
where we could get this for an interview. So really glad to get you
It
on.
was
right.
funny when you asked me about it, because I'm with my girlfriend. Like I've been with her for like 10 years. I'm always asking her like, can we do this? Can I do this? Can I buy this robot vacuum with stimulus check? And she's like, I guess. So like when you messaged me about it, I was like, remember how I used to make RuneScape videos? My old friend Excel, he wants to interview me on a podcast. And she's like, when? And I'm like, Saturday. Can I please do it? She's like,
Say what?
yeah. Why are you asking for permission? I was like, are we doing anything? I wanted. Are we free? Am I free?
It's like your new mom.
Am I free?
It's funny because
Can
back in the
I
day,
please say yes?
I've been with her for 10 years. So
Oh wow.
we were together for maybe like the last 2 years of my video making. She used to like watch my videos. She's like, I opened your RuneScape video 20 times today.
Was she a fan or?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's actually a different story. I met her on an MMO that I started after RuneScape
Not
called
WoW though?
It's called Perfect World. It's like
Perfect World.
this
Oh,
old like
yeah, I played
Chinese
that.
MMO. It's
Mhm.
pretty good. It was free.
Yeah.
I met her on there, and then after a year, like I got her phone number, and then after another year, I was like, "What if I flew out to meet you?" And she's like, "Okay, are you sure you're not a murderer?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure."
Let me check.
Yeah. And then after that, a few years, I was like, "What if you move here? I'll get you set up with financial aid for college, and California's got good financial aid." And then now we live together.
All right. 10 years.
We've been
Oh,
together
yeah,
like 10
dude.
years
Nice. Congrats. Did you have any other last minute questions you wanted to ask? I thought we got our usual last minute questions in there.
I was just gonna say, this whole time I've been having awful connectivity issues
Yeah,
with
me
my
too.
internet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, really? Shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I was just gonna say I was gonna call off the stream of mine and just like raid you, Jason, if yours is going fine, because I don't know what's going on here, but it's like cutting in and out. I had to restart my OBS while we were
Oh
talking.
Oh
no.
man.
Sounds like I'm giving
So
you the
hopefully
audio
we'll be able
file.
to get this back and running. Yeah, it seems like yeah, exactly. I think I'm gonna need yours for this one, but it seems like we're mostly okay now. In terms of last minute questions, yeah, I don't really have anything in my end. I just want to say that, we talked about never meeting your heroes earlier, but like honestly, I couldn't disagree with that more by talking to Dark Arm 3 today. It's seriously been an absolute pleasure talking to
Oh
you
man.
and knowing that like you're the most humble dude and very grounded, and it sounds
Yeah.
like you're a fantastic teacher. It's seriously so great to like finally meet and talk to you, and I'm glad that you don't hold anything against me after David Attenboroughing your RuneScape
Oh
video
no, man.
10 years
I feel bad. I feel like that was
Uh,
a missed opportunity. I could have like
Oh
had you
no,
join
it's
in.
funny.
I'm sorry about that.
That's totally fine.
yeah,
But seriously, thank you for joining us. And Jason, I'm sorry. Do you have a?
I was just gonna say, even Patty last week, we had Patty on last week, and she said the same thing, like, "Oh, Dark Harby's the nicest guy." And like, even I had mentioned it in Twitter, and people were like, "Oh, like I don't know if you know Drum, but he's like, tell him I said hi." They're all were
Yeah,
super
yeah.
excited, and you said you were like the nicest guy. So it seems
Oh,
like
that's good.
it's pretty much unanimous that everyone loves you and thinks you're a nice guy. Just letting you make sure you know that.
I appreciate that. Thank you.